I don't have the balls to recast us as a different human race.
Can't say I blame you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We're friggin' nobodies. We're drinking bad, no, we're friggin' nobodies. Welcome to our show. We're friggin' nobodies. We don't know much. We're friggin' nobodies. We're holding out of touch. Out of touch.
Let me grab your beer then.
Let me get a beer, please. Good day, Friggin' Nobodies. We are back again. He's getting me a beer. Thank you very much, sir.
How's it going? I'm Noel.
Did you go first last time? You did.
I did go first.
So I gotta go
He's
first
Jacob,
this time.
and I went first last
This
time.
is my topic. I don't know why I picked it. So this controversy will be over by the time the episode comes out by a long shot, but it always comes back. And basically, it's about when Christopher... You'll see in my write-up. It's called Casting and Race. Black Helen! Okay. Oh, I need my glasses again.
Yeah.
Keep the crowd entertained while I put my glasses on.
No, I won't do it.
It's pretty entertaining.
Can you turn your hat a little bit?
Okay,
Just so
Casting
that's
and
over
Race,
there.
Black Helen. Once again, like last week with the capitalism one, I don't know what I wrote. It might be good, it might not be good. I winged it, so we'll see. There's 2 out of the 4 I like, and the other 2...
It's preparation that sets us apart from other podcasts.
I don't really know if I like the other 2 or not, because I don't know what they say.
We'll know later.
You write 4 essays in one day, it tends to fade into the back of the mind. Here we go. Casting
One
and
essay
Race.
a week is what we write, not the 4 essays in one day.
Casting and Race, Black Helen. Okay, here we go. When it was announced that Helen in Chris Nolan's Odyssey was going to be played by a black woman, I was out. That was the end of that question. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, play it soft, buddy.
There was outrage, or manufactured outrage, or discussion, however the hell you want to frame it. People started to signal their tribal affiliations and make some noise. I scrolled through with interest in absence of a boxing match to watch and thought about how much I'd love to see a Mel Gibson-style a la Apocalypto version of the Odyssey. Not something likely to happen. No Matt Damon, all of a sudden, that's for sure. You couldn't have this Irish-American lead playing Odysseus.
Damon's Irish?
Irish, well, he's American, he's Boston.
All right.
But yeah, personally, I was instantly not happy with his casting as soon as I heard it. This is before I even knew about the Helen part, which I
Figured he'd be Jamaican.
care less by
Come
then.
on.
Although the beard looks nice, that helps. Not that this is a true story anyways. I mean, the Odyssey it's a piece of fiction, right? And told by oral storytellers long before Homer. But that it might help transport us if the world was created as if it were true and within the context the original creators would understand, i.e. looking and sounding like ancient Greece. I think that'd be cool. So when I hear people get angry because you can't have a black woman play Helen, I can't really get upset considering they had a blonde, not very Mediterranean-looking woman play her in Troy, and I don't recall much outrage back then. Although, in fairness, the machines weren't as well developed at the time. The machines of outrage, that is.
I kind of like Troy.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Who knows what uninteresting, not related to the larger meanings of the work faux intellectualism would have heard about if they were around at the time. Those machines of outrage, that is. Still, it was mostly quiet. Cultures tell stories with the peoples that they have. If Shakespeare or Moliere are performed, Shakespeare.
Yeah, I get it.
Shakespeare. If Shakespeare or Moliere, I said I'd say Moliere right after. I tried to combine them. Are performed outside of Europe, they'll cast local people. So they could be from Nigeria or Tokyo or Vancouver, and they'll cast whoever is around. They want their version of that world to look like the world that they live in. That's how they relate to it. In our culture, if I go to a Starbucks, I'll see a variety of races. Modern North American urban life has this quality. So it's only natural to see it reflected in the stories we tell.
Especially in Hollywood.
Especially in Hollywood. Now, that Mel Gibson Odyssey does sound cool. But I knew this wasn't it right from the moment I saw a big famous American dude, Matt Damon, in the main role.
You got a boy crush on Mel Gibson, eh?
No, Christian Bale's my boy crush.
Oh.
So I let go of that
Tom
fantasy.
Cruise.
I let go of that fantasy. And it is a fantasy. We were damn lucky to get Apocalypto and Passion of the Christ. The work to get the language, culture, casting correct in your attempt to recreate a different time and place accurately and or believably is enormous. Why not use the shorthand so that people of today can follow it more easily? One of those shorthands used to be, give them all an English accent. And we honestly preferred that ancient people all speak that way.
Same with Star Wars.
That was a real thing.
All the bad guys are English.
There were no films taking place in ancient Rome where they spoke English but with a heavy Italian accent. They had English accents, and perhaps those of us in North America saw the English as our past, so it made sense culturally. Well, today the form is different, and as we are different from our Jesus Christ, sorry, as we are
First
different,
draft, eh?
and our films reflect that, not the kind of racial diversity you'd see in one of our urban centers is reflected on the screen, right? Still not Greek, still not speaking the right language. Now it does matter, don't get me wrong. But it's not all that matters, and plenty of films have been great despite being historically questionable or culturally removed from those who created those stories. I'd like to see films done in worlds that are unfamiliar to me, but it's a huge pain in the ass. Getting all those actors to learn a foreign and often ancient or dead dialect, finding people who look like they may have existed in that time, figuring out the proportions of the various populations that did migrate to those regions, having to use subtitles for your audience. Historical accuracy is a pain, but even the illusion of it is powerful. People loved Braveheart, and later, the history geeks came along and ruined it for everyone. Now everyone knows it's not accurate, but when it came out, very few people did. We didn't all have monstrous digital brains at our fingertips that can point out every detail. The creators are trying to make a story, not a history lesson. It's not relevant. I don't care if the Mozart-Salieri rivalry is made up for story purposes. I don't even mind the American accents all through the film. However, having seen what Gibson pulled off in his post-Braveheart historical films, I must admit, it does transport you in a different way. It could be that Apocalypto is as inaccurate as Braveheart, but the attempt, not knowing the actors, the use of language, the set pieces, it transports me. I feel like I'm in a different place, and I can allow the story to work without being distracted by the here and now. And that has power too. I have a lot more to say, but that's the write-up, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote. Read your write-up.
Shrugging disappointment for your own write-up.
Well, I don't love it, but like I said, I whipped it out. It's okay. There's some okay points.
Yeah.
Here at Spectrum AI Studios, we don't want to run afoul of miscasting, so we look to science for the answer. With a prism, you can divide white light into many different colors, but it will also blend those colors back together again. Spectrum AI Studios, we believe in the unity of all colors. So our AI models default to white in the name of equality.
All right, so I called mine Casting in Hollywood, which is different than your title. I think yours might be better.
Casting in a race. Black Helen!
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Black Helen. Oh, bang, dang, dang. Oh, Black Helen.
I think this one's going to suck on account of I don't have a deep invested interest in the subject, and I know for a fact there are people who do, and that's a recipe for missteps. But I have far more courage than sense, so let's dig in. I'm going to start with the overarching principle of
chose this one too.
Hollywood is, first and foremost, interested in making money. And everything else they do or say acts in service of that principle. And, well, golly, that sort of short circuits all the points I was going to bring up or delve into. Why would Hollywood have all the Native Americans in cowboy films be played by Italian guys painted in brownface? It's cheap. There are plenty of Indian guys just hanging around. Why would modern
Italian
Hollywood...
guys, yeah.
Yeah, it is Italian. Why would modern Hollywood start remaking all of these old movies?
I flipped a sentence to sound like the opposite of what it should mean.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
So don't worry. If there's something I said that was wrong in my thing, it's because I totally screwed up the sentence.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why would modern Hollywood start remaking all these old movies and casting women in the roles that used to be men's? Well, they own the rights to all the movies already. And women are 50% of the population who might be interested in watching a remake that resonates with them. Mm-hmm. Why would Hollywood make so many modern films with such a diverse and colorful cast? Even in the face of historical evidence to the contrary? I'm looking at Viking films specifically. Because there's now a worldwide audience available and a ton of money to be made in overseas streaming services, etc., onto absurdum. While the revelation about a greedy Hollywood is neither surprising or terribly interesting, the fun part is watching the rhetorical knots that the movie industry and media consumers will tie themselves into to deflect criticism or justify a decidedly weird choice. There were acres of articles written about Disney's choice to make Ariel the mermaid into a person of color. Some said it was great and inclusive and a long time coming.
He's being all modern.
That's right. Others said it ruined the story.
It's a colored person.
And was absolutely unnecessary. And my absolute favorite, some people said it didn't make any sense because there isn't a lot of light in the depths of the ocean. Therefore, mermaids wouldn't have enough melanin in their system to make the skin that dark. Just great stuff all around.
Isn't it Hans Christian Andersen's story? It's not even an old folktale, right? Like it's an actual author we all know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Quick aside, for that last group, even though I know it's not going to help, movies are not documentaries. Suspension of disbelief is mostly a requirement for a work of fiction, and to act otherwise means you're a pedantic dink.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need Neil deGrasse Tyson telling me how the stars were in Titanic.
I was going to get there, and that pissed me off so much. And it
Shut
pissed
up,
me
dude.
off more that Cameron changed him.
I didn't want to watch the movie anyways, but don't say that.
Never watch it. Not because of that, just because it's a romance story, and I didn't really care.
It was nice to see the boat break in half and a guy fall and smash off a thing. It was the best part.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you watch it. Anyway, executives don't care about diversity, inclusion, nudity, misogyny, chauvinism, racism, violence, pornography, story content, longevity, or critical acclaim.
All my favorite stuff.
Unless it's going to make them a little more money.
Okay.
As soon as the public opinion changes on any one of those fronts, where was I? Hollywood will scurry double quick to remake one of their intellectual properties into a vehicle that mentions or references that change in public discourse. Once the public is no longer interested in gay hockey players, we can move on to really buff women being shitty to and murdering one another when they aren't being misandrous to the other half of the population. 80s films, but with women.
Introverse.
Well, I didn't watch that. We can have tiny...
A buff woman.
Yeah, we can have a tiny Venezuelan man arrive in Canada, train for a 30-second montage, and be the best hockey player in the country, despite having never been on skates. Again, thank you, the 1980s. Hollywood sucked then, and they suck now. And somehow, every once in a while, they make a great film.
Yeah. Warning. This short was supposed to be funny.
Sadly, it's only cruel, ill-considered, and irresponsible. Enjoy.
He is the world's biggest asshole, but the ladies love him anyhow.
I have something for you.
Face and laugh real hard. The world's biggest asshole. World's biggest asshole. Gives the world the middle finger walking through a crowd. The world's biggest asshole. World's biggest asshole. Vomit on the homeless just for a laugh.
You can have this.
Biggest asshole. Fought some pretty girls, man, the guy's got no class. The world's biggest asshole. He likes to kick children for a little bit of fun. The world's biggest asshole. Then kicking old ladies, Walker and yawn. The world's biggest asshole. Drives through your neighborhood with the music too loud. The world's biggest asshole. World's biggest asshole. Pushes dudes while they're pissing and you all know why. He is the world.
And I don't honestly think the casting matters all that much.
Oh, I do think casting matters a lot, but I
Sorry.
don't think it matters so much about race, though.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, I didn't know what I was missing until I saw Passion of the Christ and Apocalypto. Now, I know people might complain and say, oh, that's not actually what, Mayan society would have looked like, whatever. But I'm ignorant enough that it worked for me.
Well, the nice thing about Netflix is my lady watches a ton of Korean.
They do.
I'm going to say
if they are able to do that, it does
dramas.
transport you. So, like
Yeah.
when Wheel of Time came on,
Oh, good Lord. No, my lady watches Korean dramas
yeah,
and murder mysteries. They're all in Korean, so it's all subtitled.
right?
And it does take you to a different place. She watches a ton of Scandinavian stuff. That lady
Yes.
loves to watch people get murdered and then from other countries. I don't know what it means. She likes to watch it in North America as well, but
He's married to a racist.
no, I'm married to someone who loves to watch people solve murders, horrific murders.
That happen in other countries.
Well, no, they happen in our countries too. But regardless, it does take you to
Excuse
somewhere
me,
else.
That was unacceptable.
It does take you to other places. You're right.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be historical in that sense. You can do it in the modern world by watching an African film.
Oh, hell,
with
man.
subtitles.
I was rewatching Aguirre recently, and I'm pretty sure conquistadors didn't speak German. But the thing is because they're...
Werner Herzog did. Therefore,
they're
they do.
speaking German, so it's not English, which in my mind, all languages that aren't English may as well be German. I mean, it doesn't even really matter.
There was a better country to pick on that one, buddy.
Because I don't speak any other language anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now they should be speaking Spanish, but I'm still transported. It's another language, it's another place. I don't recognize it. However, when I feel like they got the details right, that is pretty cool. Now that doesn't mean it is a huge pain in the ass, and it doesn't mean that that's what I expect. So am I going to go see Chris Nolan's Odyssey? Yeah, of course. I like Chris Nolan well enough. I've liked him since I first saw Memento, and generally he hasn't disappointed me big time since then.
So I have a question for you then.
So I'll go watch this one too. I don't care if
Here's my
Matt Damon
question.
is Odysseus, even though he looks ridiculous as Odysseus.
If there were like an epic film that came out of Africa,
Yeah.
pick whatever country you want in Africa, it doesn't
Sure,
matter.
sure.
It comes out and it's all about that heritage, that culture. And half of the cast is Italian, white, Scandinavian, meant to play tribal people.
I may watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You may not be scaring me away at all.
I would watch it as well. It would be a shit show. It'd be wonderful.
I watched Charles Bronson
Oh, gosh.
play a native in Navajo Joe.
Yeah, he would have.
Was that who it was? I think it was. It might have been a Corbucci film. I don't know. It was one of those Italian westerns, spaghetti westerns, whatever they call them. Anyways, I had no problems with that necessarily. I could care less.
That's because he is native.
No, I will admit
Charles
it's
Bronson's indigenous, eh?
maybe it was Burt Reynolds.
Oh, that's very different. Burt Reynolds, not as much indigenous as you'd expect.
That's what it was. It was
Okay.
Burt Reynolds played Navajo Joe. Yeah, and it's Burt Reynolds. It's pretty funny. Yeah, and Nino Morricone does the music too. Navajo Joe. Like, I'm not joking. I mean, I am a bit, but it was good and funny and stupid and a bunch of things. It was a bunch. I had a good time. I had a good time with it. And I mean, I do think the director meant well. Like he had good intentions with it. That's just all he could get.
But
you know,
yeah,
there's not a lot of Navajos hanging around in Italy at the time.
No, and it turns out, if you don't have a bunch of Navajos, then you import Burt Reynolds all the way to Italy and you paint him like a Navajo because that seems easier. And it costs more.
That's what they did. So I don't know, but it was a fine waste of an hour and a half. I had no problems with it.
Gosh, yeah.
So I don't.
Those spaghetti
look,
westerns are a mess, man.
Look, when they take the time to get the details right, that's nice. I don't expect them to. I can look past it, and sometimes it just doesn't even matter. Like in the case of the Mozart, Amadeus, the film Amadeus, which the play as well, the Peter Shaffer play.
Screw Peter Shaffer. That guy destroyed my writing career for like a
There's
decade.
very little real about that. Like I love the Emperor in the film version.
Oh, Jeffrey Jones?
But my lord, does he not sound like how that emperor would
No,
sound for
no.
that time and place?
Jeffrey Jones
It's
got into trouble for.
preposterous.
I think he got into trouble for touching kids, eh?
No, I think he exposed himself. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was in a porn theater with Pee Wee Herman or something. I read. I don't know.
No, I think you're mixing up two stories and making them the same. But
Maybe some kid escaped from a dungeon and he was running down the street chasing him. Maybe that's
I
Boy
honestly
George.
like he was in a theater with Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, the scenes with him are fine. And then later on, I thought about it and I was like, that is pretty silly, that American accent that he has in that setting. But they all have it. It doesn't even really matter.
It's very silly. And I'm not going to lie. I said, well, there it is. For months.
Oh, yeah.
Months afterwards.
Oh,
years
no, me
maybe.
too. Because it's a great movie. So it doesn't even really matter. And I'm sure there's I don't think Passion of the Christ, by the way, is as good as Amadeus. Now, when I sung the praises of that film in here, it should be clear, I don't actually love Passion of the Christ. I do like Apocalypto quite a bit. I think that's a
I
really
watched Passion of the
fun
Christ
movie.
once, I think.
I don't love it. I have some issues with the story he chose to tell out of what was possible for the life of Jesus. I think
He believes in Jesus, eh?
And I took theology and whatnot.
As a god, not just
But I
a
was
dude.
excited about the film because I heard they were going to be doing it in Aramaic and they were going to try to stay really close to the original stories as much as they could. And I thought they did a
To
phenomenal
bring
job.
Christianity to a modern audience and make it relatable.
It was mainly about hating Jews, as far as I could tell.
They did really slather that on pretty thick.
They got in trouble for that. But look, man, it did.
And the reason he likes Apocalyptico more? Not a lot of Jews in South America. Not in Mayan times, at least.
Well, it depends. If you read the Mormons,
Unless
apparently there was.
yeah, Jesus showed up on a boat and then made his way up and found all those black aliens.
Yeah. So,
Mormonism's cool, man.
anyways, those movies, it's not so much that they're amazing movies or anything, but I admire, like, the work you have to put in to make that happen. That is incredible. Those actors in Passion of the Christ had to sit around learning ancient Aramaic. It's a useless language.
It would be the same amount of work that they put in for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, where they handcrafted everything.
Yes, it's the same kind of thing, right?
Therefore, Jesus.
That's why
Lord
I
of the
mentioned,
Rings.
like, even if
Same thing.
it's as inaccurate as Braveheart, even if some Mayan historian is like, you don't know anything about Mayan history, that's your problem. Doesn't matter because for me, speaking a different language, big time too, seeing actors I don't know, like when I see the trailer for the Odyssey, I'm like, oh, there's Matt Damon. It doesn't leave my head. I never think that's Odysseus. I'm like, Matt Damon. I see Matt Damon right away.
You know what Matt Damon showed up in that I didn't know? Somebody mentioned it on a forum in the Ragnarok film with Thor.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's in the play that's being put on Asgard, and he plays Loki
Yeah.
because he played Loki in the Kevin Smith movie, and I guess
Oh, it's some kind of reference, some meta reference.
It's a meta reference,
Okay, fair enough.
but I didn't recognize him because he's all pasty and gross looking in it.
Either way,
And
seeing a big actor has always taken me out a bit.
it would have been really nice if in that Thor movie,
Except
all the
Christian Bale.
Asgard.
Christian Bale just sucks me
No.
right back in. But any
Yeah.
other big actor.
I got the same problem with Tom Cruise. It's embarrassing. But I wish in that goddamn Thor Ragnarok film that everybody was speaking actual Asgardian, because it kind of took me out of it when they were all speaking. It was very frustrating.
If they had some weird language they made up and put subtitles below, I would be totally cool with that. I like that kind of thing.
As long
It's
as
not for everybody. I get that.
No, I love subtitles. Means I can watch the movie really quiet.
But I like it. I have no problems with it. I still want to
Modern
hear
movies are too loud.
I still want to hear how they say the words.
Yes.
Anyways,
it's like watching Japanese
we're
stuff.
already over 20 minutes.
Already?
Yeah. So I
my
think we
gosh.
solved it, right? Casting and race, that's the
matter.
deal, right? So listen to what we said. We were right. You were wrong. And stop worrying
You
about
may
it.
not have been wrong. You may not have realized you were wrong. There's a difference.
Anyways, that's the story on casting and race. I hope you guys are having a great week and go enjoy some good movies.
Get a chance.
Historically accurate
You're in
or not.
Vancouver. Go to Mr. Mattress. Unless you've got this video inverted.
No. I got it automatic. It should be fine.
Okay,
Should be
good. Mr. Mattress.
fine. Okay, rock on. Go watch a good film. Cheers.